Good morning and welcome to Quest Television and Quest 93.1 FM, the station that goes beyond your expectation. Well, today is the 19th day in the month of September. Lovely, lovely Tuesday here in the studios. And I hope you're having a lovely Tuesday as well. Right now, it's time for us to look into the headlines making the round on front pages of various dailies. My name is Orikami Mariam, and with that being said, welcome to the paper review here on Quest today. Making a return back to the studios this morning are four newspapers. We have the Punch newspaper, the Daily Sun, the Daily Trust, as well as the Nation newspaper. And it is a full house always. With me this morning in the studios is my colleague, the person of Alex Ogbonnaya. And also with us is the gods are with us this morning in the studio, yes. We have the person of Comrade Ife Odomo.
My God.
Our
with a small G, I guess.
Oh, you guys don't read my
Anyway, I have no comment on
Our
that.
Admirable Quest Analyst, Special Comrade Ife Odomo. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes, we even thank God that you have added gentlemen.
Gentlemen and gods.
Oh.
Gentleman and God.
I think my lawyers will write you very soon.
That should be a compliment.
Yes, but if my lawyer writes you to say, no, if my lawyer writes to say, thank you for the accolade, is it bad?
Okay, fine.
I mean, someone refused to get ordained, we might as well give him some other position.
You know.
Okay. Well, with that being said, let's look at the first paper for review this morning, and that will be the Punch newspaper. And on the front page of the Punch this morning, the major headline reads, Federal Government and NLC meeting deadlocked and workers insists on demands. The write-up there says government and workers must agree on concrete resolution within remaining days of ultimatum, says the NLC. And also minister appeals to labor unions to embrace dialogue and shun strike as deadline ends Friday. Get more details on that on page 2 of the Punch. But moving above the masthead, we have some headlines there. The first says, Nigeria servicing 108 World Bank loans worth $14 billion. This is a report. And, well, that story, more on that you can get on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. Also, no easy solution to Nigeria's economic problem, says the U.S. It's making it on page 13 of the Punch as well this morning. All companies and agencies owe federal government $9.85 billion revenue, says NAITI. It's making the rounds on all the deals this morning. But do want to get more details on this on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. Moving away from that, we have drama as Obaseki locks out embattled deputy governor, embattled deputy from the government house. It's making the rounds on all the dailies as well. Get the story on page 18 of the Punch. Tension as 8 killed in Ogun Community Court clashes is making it to page 4 and 5. And also, Obasanjo insists on stand-up order to monarchs. More details on that you can get on page 7. For the picture of the day, we can see the demolition of illegal structures at Area 1 shopping complex in Abuja. This picture, all of that occurred yesterday. And well, that's much we can take on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Over to you, Alex.
Okay, thank you, Mariam. Let's turn our attention now to Daily Sun newspaper. So many stories on the front page, but the lead one on its front page, Northern senators grouse about Akpabio exposed. Aggrieved lawmakers say zone marginalized in federal appointments without Senate President doing anything to stop it. The full G's can be found on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Edo governor deputy fight gets messier. That's also one story that may interest you. I was locked out of government house, Shuaibu. You have no office there, or Basaki. The full gist is on page 7. Strike. Federal government NLC meeting deadlocked. You can read up that on page 6. Parents, guardians lament hike in fees as schools resume. Okay, that's on page 17. I stand by my position on Oyo Monarchs, says Obasanjo. The full story is on page 29. Gunmen hijack another Benue Links bus, abduct NTA staff and 10 others. Okay. NNPCL for the 7 other firms owe federal government 8.265 billion naira. That's according to a report. And 3 sit-at-home enforcers killed in gun battle with security operatives in Enugu. That's just by the side of the masthead of the Daily Sun. And I think that's that from the Daily Sun newspaper. Over to you, Miriam.
Okay, the next paper for review is The Nation. And on the front page of The Nation newspaper this morning, the major headline reads, Atiku and Obi appeals raise concern over Supreme Court cases. The writer there says a panel of 7 will deplete number of justices to 4. More details on this you can get on the front page and continue on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. But moving above the masthead, we have FIRS recovers 4 trillion naira tax liabilities from NNPCL. Get more details on that on page 6. Okay, we have Obasanjo justifies public rebuke of traditional rulers. It's also making it to page 6 of the Nation. And on page 5, we have petrol importers and power firms behind anti-Akpabio plot. Get more details on that on page 5, as I stated earlier. 5 senators and 26 reps sacked by tribunals. It's making it to page 2. And moving right below the masthead, we have police kill 8 and arrest 9 in Shagamu cult clashes. Get more details on that on page 27. Tinubu and Ramaphosa in investment talks at UNGA is making it to the front page as well, but you can get more details on that on page 4. And also NAF chief Baba Ahmed joins Shetima as special advisor. We have 2 writers there. The first says why accepted offer, and also VP gets 17 other aids. Get more stories but get more details on that on page 4 after you're done reading on the front page. Moving away from that, we have federal government and NLC talks to continue is making it to page 4. And well, for the picture of the day, we have the headline that says Shoaibu's drama at Government House deepens row with Obaseki. As we can see on the front page here, the Edo State Deputy Governor Shilip Shoaibu outside his locked office in the government, or rather in the Government House, and this picture was taken at Benin and it was also taken yesterday. But get more details on that on page 26. And what else much you can take on the front page of the Nation.
Okay, finally from here, we look at the Daily Trust newspaper. NNPCL, 12 others failed to remit 9.85 billion naira in 1 year. That's according to NATI. The meeting between federal government and NLC is also captured on the front page of the Daily Trust. The paper captions its own subsidy federal government NLC meeting deadlocked. That's how Daily Trust captioned the story. The full story can be found on page 3. Many farmers killed as bandits attack 7 villages at Sokoto-Kebbi border. Details are on page 3. Tinubu advocates consensus on funds spent by finance institutions in Africa. That too is on page 3. And Tribunal, Kano Governor, APC to no fate tomorrow. That story can be found on page 11. And finally on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper, Tinubu appoints 3 Daily Trust columnists, Baba Ahmed, 14 others as aides for Shetima. Okay, that's that.
Okay, well, at this point, we've taken out the headlines on the front pages of all the dailies I mentioned earlier, which is the Punch, the Daily Sun, the Daily Trust, as well as the Nation newspaper. I'm also going to open the phone lines right now so you can call into the show and, have your say, but do not forget you are sticking to the headlines on the front page of the dailies. The numbers to call are on the screen, but for those on radio, the numbers remain 081 88 931 and also 08022 931 931. You also state your name and location and then have your say. With that being said, let's take our first call for the day. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Alex, probably you should use your powers.
So I was thinking maybe while we wait for the call to come, we can as well engage Camera Domo, to talk about some of the issues. Oh, okay, the gods now.
What about forget your mind now?
I'm not sure about this. But let's see. Yes, on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning, we can see the major headline there, which says Atiku and Obi appeals raise concern over Supreme Court cases. And the writer there says a panel of 7 will deplete number of justices to 4. Now, my question is this. Are we going to see any difference between what the judgments that the appeal court had initially given, in the same matter, now that it's going to the Supreme Court?
Well, thank you, Miriam. If you say so, I also align with you. We may not see anything different. Because even both camps have made a statement in the past, immediate past, that they may not be expecting anything different from what the appeal court has delivered. But they just want to make it a norm, a standard, that Abuja is now a state, no longer a federal capital only. Okay. So they should now be having a governor and also having senators like every other state. And they want the constitution to be interpreted along that line. Because the constitution that established Abuja said Abuja is not a state. It is 36 states with Abuja. That's the constitution. And you must have a 35% vote from the Federal Capital Territory. But now that the appeal court has said otherwise, they are now saying, okay, let us go to the Supreme Court to interpret it so that it becomes a constitutional issue, so that it doesn't bring any rancor in the future. I believe that is why they are going. I've not seen anywhere the case will be different from what they have delivered.
Okay.
Yeah, the issue of Labour and government, no doubt, has been overflowed. Yesterday, both parties met and nothing came out. Did you expect anything else?
I'm not expecting anything. It's just like when you say both the lizard and what do they call it? These two animals, where they lay their eggs. The lizard and the frog. They lay their eggs and they are hiding it underneath the soil.
The surface of the earth.
What are they going to use their eggs for when they are not even hiding them? They have no use to anyone. The Labour and the federal government dialogue has been on for too long a time. We have not seen anything positive coming out of it, especially in the last 24 years. And every day they continue shouting, want to go on strike, want to go on strike. They go on strike 2-3 days, they call it off. What is the result? Nothing. So if they still want to continue their dialing, let them go ahead and do it. But I can't foresee that nothing meaningful will come out of it. The subsidy has been removed, the subsidy has been removed. Whether the decision was wrong or not, it is better to make a wrong decision than not to make a decision at all.
Well, right now I am making the decision to take phone calls.
Oh, you are very free.
Yes.
You're on the driver's seat.
Okay, well, let's see if we have a caller online. Hello, good morning.
Can you please
turn down the volume of your radio set? Hello? Hello? Okay, we seem to have lost that call. Please, when you're calling into the show, turn down the volume of your TV or radio set, or better still, just back away from it, because we don't want to have any sort of connection interruptions. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome to the show. Your name and your location, please.
I'm Comrade John from Ule.
All right, Comrade John, welcome on board. Yes, please have your say.
I want to appeal to Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, to take it easy with his deputy. I don't know the manner of person Obaseki is. He's always having a problem with people. He had problem with Oshomole. He had problem with Wike that helped him to become governor. He's having a running battle with his deputy, Chaibu. What manner of person Obaseki?
All right, thank
you
very
much. He should take it calmly with everybody. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for your honest one there. But comrade, yes, we're going to talk about it. You know, the drama right now in Edo State. You know, we can see the picture here on the front page of the Nation newspaper, where we can see the deputy governor's, Philip Chaibu, locked out of his office at the government house. What seems to be going on? Will this not cause, some sort of...
there is already a rancor.
Yes, there's a rancor, but will this not affect progress, per se, in that state?
The only law they have is the admission is running to an end gradually.
Yes.
So the effect of it may not be too fast now. If it had started at the embryonic stage, then it will have caused a lot of problems.
Okay.
But again, so this is the constitutional matter. The constitution did not clearly define the role of a deputy governor. The deputy governor is almost the most senior SA to the governor. That is why these things are happening. We have seen a situation in the state in Nigeria here, where a governor is going on annual leave and handed over mantle of leadership to the state secretary. Even one in the east handed over to the wife, disrespecting the deputy governor. The constitution should come out and lay the duties of the governor bare, let everybody see it. And that if not for that, these things have been happening. Now the governor should also not think that he became a governor through his personal influence. People must have also voted for the party because of the deputy governor, because he also have followers. So if you now feel that you have consolidated your seat, the demand should be dispensed with. It will not tell good of you in the tomorrow. Look at the statement this young man just made now. You have problem with Oshomole, you have with Atiku, now with your deputy. And these are the people that you will need tomorrow. When you are climbing, when you get to the top, don't throw the ladder away, because one day you will want to come down.
Okay, well, let's take more calls here on the paper review on Quest today. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
This is Chief Duku.
Chief Duku, and you're calling us from where?
I'm calling from Ekrejevo.
All right, welcome on board. Please have your say.
NLC and federal government talk deadlock.
I don't know when we are going to have a responsible government. Before you take a decision, you should be able to know the consequences of that decision. Does NS really need to meet with the government before the government do the right thing? These are the issues we are having in this government. In short, all the government that has been for some time now. When you are coming up with a policy, that policy will surely have a side effect. So it's not left for you to prepare for it. So NSC coming to discuss with them is uncalled for. They should know. You cause hardship. Look at everything just there, and they are not doing anything about it. They keep traveling. Just a government of how many months? If you look at the numbers of days this government, Tinubu and his people have traveled, it will marvel you. And this is a symptom of a bad government because Buhari did it. So the government should be ashamed of themselves. If they can't rule, they should live there.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Alex, I think we should take the next phone call.
Okay, if someone is on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, great to have you. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, sir, from Motoy.
Okay, go ahead.
I want people to help us inquire on that huge amount that can be hidden when the country is suffering, citizens are suffering. In one company hid about something trillion for almost 8 years now. And the country is in need of money to run the expenses. Where are those people? Where is the money now? Can that money be located and be brought to the country's treasury for proper use? That's my question.
I got what he said.
Okay.
He said those are remitted funds into the federal treasury.
Yes.
When Nigeria actually needed money, where have they been? And have they been repatriated to the country? The issue these papers raise is that those monies were unremitted, which means they are in a coffer somewhere, or somebody has looted those monies. And if somebody has looted those money, who are the people? Are they visible or invisible? If they are visible, I believe have they been arrested, or they cannot even arrest anyone, and they have to actually investigate the matter and know who was concerned. But the question we will now raise again is, after investigation, will this yield any fruit? Are we going to sweep it under the carpet like as it was before? If some people were claiming that the last administration was very, very thorough, very disciplined, they were not corrupt and all this, and all these are coming up. If you say you are not a thief, I agree with everybody will say you are not a thief. But if you are not caught in the market with a ghost straight on your back running away, what do they now call you? You have reported yourself directly. Now the government is coming out to tell us, the government of APC is coming out to tell us, the government of APC of the immediate past were not able to recover those money, and they know where those monies were. You cannot see why Nigeria is leaking. You cannot see where the poverty level of Nigeria is coming from. You cannot see why many people are living below the poverty line. Therefore, if this government wants to redeem its image and redeem the image of the party, come out with the list of the people, and get those people into the dock, get that money recovered, and let Nigeria start on a very sound financial footing.
Well, the gods have spoken, Alex. Yes, because
talking about the gods, Miriam, if you'll permit me, former President Olusegun Obasanjo is having a running battle with traditional rulers. So you want to talk us through this?
Just very briefly, because the pilot is saying that we're almost out of time. If you blame the termite for eating the yam, blame the yam for growing out of the soil, the monarchs are not supposed to be in any party where they are invited. When I was growing up as a toddler, you go to the palace to visit the obas, so to say, in the West. Now these days, for any party, even a birthday party, you will see the king coming there to sit and take the front row. Why would somebody not jump on them? Don't you know that if you see lion every day, we tend to call it a goat? Is that not what is happening? If they were in their palace and the government will not finish their deliberation, they go to the palace to pay homage. Do you think Obasanjo will go there and tell them to all stand up? It's an aberration in the West. Remember the father of this lawyer, I will remember his name, when he entered into the hall, and the lawyer now told the Oni of Ife there that he should stand up and greet him. I said, I will not. He said, I will not. He might say that you must stand up. He said, I will not. Then he now said, okay, continue backing. He now replied to the lawyer that he should continue backing. And the man backed for how many days? From there he died. Those are the words of the monarchs. But these days, because of they have taken what they are not supposed to take, they've eaten what they are not supposed to eat, their words are now becoming nothing. Well, I will not use. Let me not finish that statement because the gods too can also be angry.
Yes, you can anger the real gods, comrade. So tread carefully. Yes.
Yes.
But anyway, with that being said, comrade, you have spoken well today. and my PB is giving me the signal. We have to go. Yes, but I cannot do that without thanking you for being on air with me. And I do look forward to having you tomorrow.
Yes, I also thank you for giving me another name. So I have so many that my nomenclature is going. Exactly.
There's enough feather on your cap.
Exactly. Let me see whether it's already.
There's no more space.
Okay, gentlemen, that's enough. Thank you very much, our dear viewers and listeners, for sticking with the paper review here on Quest today. Have yourself a lovely, lovely Tuesday, and bye for now.